What's up, Dan? Can you hear me? This is the third time I've started the stream, and I'm praying that you can hear me. What's up, Jay? Second in the chat. Can you guys hear me? I'm praying you can. I've moved room nearer to the Wi-Fi router. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know if it's lagging. I beg of you. What's up, Eva? Can you guys hear me? Dan can hear. Finally. Blood Charger says worked finally. Hell yeah. Thank you for your patience, guys. Legends up in the chat. What's up? What's up? Shania's here. Jacob's here. TJ's here. Logan's here. Dan Edits here. Blar Charger all the way from Indonesia. Chat. With a working speaker. Guys, chat, we made it. We made it. This is the third time I've started the stream. I'm eating my tea on the sofa, but chat, we made it. TJ, there's no Roblox stream. Like, come on, give a guy a break. I'm trying here, but we made it, chat. Small Man Bros is finally back. What's up, Small Man Bros? Long time no see. Damn, we got the full set of OGs in here tonight. It's crazy. Actually, we need Hussein, but apart from Hussein, everyone's here. Eva says, hey, I won't be here for long. I'm still really sad and missing him. Oh, so if anyone doesn't know, Eva, hope you don't mind me mentioning, Eva's cat passed away not very long ago. And she's upset about that. So chat, if you can show us some love in the comments, please do. We made it, chat. I'm so excited to be on stream with you. This is vibes and energy. Honestly, I was through my kitchen, which is not even far from the Wi-Fi router, but the chat was telling me, you're lagging, you're freezing, it's white noise. It's not working. So then I tried turning my data on, and that just immediately killed it. So then I turned my Wi-Fi on, still lagging. Anyway, I'm now in my living room. So I'm eating my tea off my lap. I was going to be back at the table chilling, but the Wi-Fi is not playing ball, so tonight we're on the sofa, guys. British Huntsman says, yo, I can't stay for long, but before I go, I just wanted to put a mark in, and also, how's your day been? And also, I passed a maths test I had a couple of days ago on Friday. What's up, British Huntsman? Good to see you back in the chat. Put my mark in. Thanks very much. Always nice to see you on the stream. And also, how's your day been? My day has been all right, thanks, guys. Not too bad. It's been an average day, I would say. Great day, not a bad day, somewhere in between. And looking forward to streaming with you guys. And thank you, everyone, for jumping straight on the chat. This is the third stream we had to make. Because my internet was being rubbish, but we made it. So W, everyone, one, all of the regular people. Now we've got some new people. So W to all of you guys. And you also said, British Huntsman, how's you? Also, I passed a maths test I had a couple of days ago on Friday. Well done, Huntsman. That's awesome. I always tell people, studying, it's worth putting the effort in. If you're going to do something, give it your best shot, and it'll pay off, even if it makes you unhappy or bored or miserable in the short term. To you, Huntsman, good work. Logan Spinsteel says, I'm Logan from yesterday that Jacob said. Nice, Logan. Good to have you on the chat again. I love it when people come back and hang out with us, so nice to see you again, mate. Small Man Bro says, long day. Fair play, Small Man Bros. It's good to see you back on the chat. How have you been? Blarjarja says, damn, I'm finally on a holiday. I can destroy my sleep schedule again. Well, just because we got a holiday, I don't know if you have to destroy it, but you know what? I know it's late where you are, and I appreciate you watching, Blarjarja. And it's always nice to have you on the stream. I mentioned the other day I was with people watching all over the world, and I mentioned yourself being from Indonesia. So good to see you, and don't stay up too late, but enjoy your holiday at the same time. What else have we got in here? I'm behind with the chat. Logan says, I love your streams. Thank you very much, Logan. Genuinely, like I say to people all the time, anyone that takes like a small bit of effort to go out of their day to write me a nice comment or say hi or subscribe or whatever, honestly, I really appreciate it. So thank you for that feedback, Logan. It's much appreciated. British Huntsman says, also I hit 60 subscribers. Well done, British Huntsman. Work over the 50 mark. 100 subs, here you come. So nice work to you. Keep at it. Keep doing your thing. What else have we got? Jacob, aka Walsall FC, says W Logan, sub to him. Yeah, for sure, guys. Go show Logan love. And honestly, I had hopefully he's going to show up in a bit. We've got Chris O'Reilly that always jumps on the stream, and he told me the other day that I'd inspired him to start making his own videos. And sure enough, he went and made a video. He tagged me in it or gave me a shout out in it, and that was very nice of him. And good on for taking a risk and getting stuck into something. So if you haven't checked out Chris's channel, it's Christopher Riley T1C. I believe that's his channel. Yeah, if you see Christopher's channel, go check it out. Shania says, "A good day." That's good to hear, Shania. I'm happy. Was there anything in particular that made it a good day for you? British Huntsman says, "By the way, quick question. If you needed a new mod, would you trust me?" Not asking though, just a question. Well, my policy on it, Huntsman, is I like to know someone, like get to know someone a bit. So when they come on the stream a couple of times and they've, over the course of a couple of streams, been cool, they've not been mean to other people, not been mean to me or left nasty comments or just been disruptive, then I'm like, yeah, give someone a chance. So yeah, that's normally how the mods work. We've got some regular, and then sometimes if those mods are busy, we might switch in some new mods. So that's kind of how the mod situation. And before anybody has to be a mod, I think we've got about 3 or 4 mods already on the stream, and we're just trying to keep it to 3 usually. Sometimes 4 at push, but generally 3 mods. So like I say, if you want to be a mod on another occasion, keep showing up to the stream and rotate the mods on. All right. Oh, great question from Jacob, who asks, "What's Christopher's exercise challenge?" So Christopher, who we mentioned, aka Chris O'Reilly, made a video in which he gave me a shout out, and he kind of gave me a little challenge, and he said, "Edward, if you see this, I was thinking some sort of like exercise challenge in my videos. So if you've got one for me, let me know." So I've been thinking about that, and I've had an idea, but I'll give Chris 15 minutes and see if he comes. But basically, actually, no, I'll just say it now, to be fair, and we can always tell him when he comes. Basically, I was thinking we could do a fitness challenge where it's like the 300s, and it's basically 100 press ups, 100 body squats, and 100 leg raises or something like that for your abs, or sit ups if you prefer those. So yeah, like a press-in motion for 300, a squatting motion for 100, and like some sort of ab exercise for 100, because the press-ups will be all right, the body squats will be all right, but I think towards the end of that 100 ab exercises, you'll be feeling it. And Logan, you inspired me to make my channel. Logan, that's awesome, man. Like even if I as a YouTuber never got bigger than like 100 subs or, a small amount of people watching my videos, knowing that I've made a positive impact on someone is awesome. And who knows, you might go on to become a huge YouTuber, and I kind of, had a tiny little part in encouraging you. So that's great to hear, Logan. And guys, if you read in the comments, go show Logan Spin Steel some love. Go show his channel a bit of love. Alyan says, "Hello, Edward. Sorry I missed all the streams. I was busy." Alyan, do worry at all. It's very nice to see you back in the chat with us. And like I always say to people, no pressure to ever jump on the stream. If you can make it, that's awesome. But if you can't, that's okay as well. Life is busy sometimes. But either way, nice to see you back in the chat. What else are people saying? This is too much mods. Blatchadger says, "I mean, I've never asked for mod, but in my opinion, this is too much mods. Maybe keep like 8 max. I think we've only got like 3 or 4 at the moment, but yeah, 8 is too many. I mean, you can always like remove someone as a moderator, not in a horrible way, but you switch them out for somebody else. If if like Jacob was like, oh yeah, somebody could be a mod, or whoever, we could, like Eva was like, oh, I don't mind someone else being a mod for a bit, so we can keep it to 3 or 4. But yeah, 8 mods would be crazy." Oh, and Shania said, "I had 2 subs for music in Spanish, so that's why I had a good day." Okay. I'm glad you had a good day. What else we got in the comments? Let me catch up. Oh, what's up, Nyan? AK Nirvana. How are you doing? Nice to see you. What else we got in the chat? What else? Aljan says, my bad for not showing up lately. My sleep schedule is cooked. My sleep schedule is cooked and him kidnapped busy. Well, sleep schedule is important, so look after yourself, Aljan. Logan says, is the pasta the one from your video? Yes, it is the high protein pasta. Wish I could show you guys a bit more at the table and give you like a better shot, but I'm like, can barely see what I'm doing right now. But we'll do some proper food streams. I might do a mukbang, like a mukbang, either on stream or like a mukbang video, which you guys could like watch, like long form. All right. Let me catch up. Blood Charger says, keep a rotation maybe. Once the stream's finished and new chefs are chosen. Yeah, it's a tricky one, you know, because I don't want to offend anybody or make anybody feel like they're not doing a good job. 'Cause sometimes, you know, some of the regular mods, there's like maybe three mods who are like super regular and like do an awesome job of like really like making an effort to moderate the comments and not just have the label. Love to all of the mods. I'm just saying that like sometimes it's really nice when the mods like do a really tip top job. So yeah, maybe I should rotate them, but I also don't want people to feel like I don't appreciate them and their mod duties. Guys, I wasn't talking on stream. I've beaten this so much faster. I'm not criticizing you being there, by the way. I'm just saying like this will take me like another 20 minutes to eat. If I was off stream and just like doing my thing, this will be gone in like 10 minutes. It's like a massive. You can't really see, but it's a really big bowl of pasta. Like that's my big man hand for reference. There's a lot of pasta there. Aljan has woken up at 6 p.m. Oh, Aljan, don't be sleeping through the day. And Nirvana is going through stuff on her end. Sounds like there's a lot of military action. Well, anyway, I hope you're doing all right, Nirvana. Baby says, hello, how are you today? What's up, baby? How are you doing? Nice to see you in the chat again. I'm doing well, thank you very much. I'm eating a massive bowl of pasta, chickpea pasta right now, on stream. Chill, guys. And like I was just saying, you probably heard me, but I was just saying, if I wasn't on stream right now, this pasta will be gone in like 5 minutes, so it's probably a good thing that I'm chilling on stream with you guys. Sweet Potato 10 says, hello, it's me again. What's up, Sweet Potato? Nice to have you in the chat. And sometimes it's really funny being like, yo, what's up, so-and-so, because they've got like a name like Baby or Sweet Potato. What's up, Baby? Or what's up, Sweet Potato? But Baby, nice to see you. Sweet Potato, nice to see you as well. Baby says, come along. Not sure what that means, but yes, baby, I can see your text. Logan says, damn, that pasta looks delicious. Thank you, Logan. You know what? I'm not claiming to be an amazing cook, but it's really nice. Really nice. I put some pesto in it as well, so it's got like a nice garlicky taste. There's like fresh tomatoes in here, broccoli, tofu, some nice pesto. So yeah, it's really hitting the spot. By the way, guys, if you're watching and you haven't hit like yet, do a guy a favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, maybe consider hitting the subscribe button as well. Just a thought. Baby says, can anyone see me? Baby, we can all see you. Don't worry. I'm seeing your messages. I'm sure other people can see your comments in chat. It's all good. Huntsman says, my caffeine tolerance is way too high, but I'm addicted. I can't stop with caffeine. I've tried many ways to stop it, but not working. The only way I've kind of stopped it is peppermint tea. Wow. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, you're having a hard time kicking caffeine. Personally, I stopped consuming caffeine because it made me feel anxious. Having like one fresh coffee a day used to make me feel like jittery and anxious. So that's why I was having caffeine. For me personally, it was like I was able to stop caffeine. It was easy. But then maybe again, if you're still enjoying it and you're still liking it, I can see how it would be difficult. So I guess my I don't really have any advice as such, but like I guess I would try to say like you're doing with peppermint tea, find replacements for the caffeinated drinks that you currently have. So I think you said you have black tea. So see if you can find like a decaf black tea that you enjoy that gives you the same kind of associations, like flavor wise and experience wise, as the things you enjoy, but just without the caffeine. Maybe try it that way if you haven't already. Sweet Potato 10F2 says, a tiny bit of food just on my leg. Sweet Potato 10F2 says, hello, can you say my name, please? Sweet Potato 10F2, this shout out is just for you. Asan is back in the chat. What's up, Asan? To have you here with us tonight. I'm currently eating a big bowl of pasta, chilling on stream with you guys. And like I was saying just a few minutes before, watching but not liking or subscribing. What are we doing here, guys? What are we doing? But by the way, just for the record, I'm having some chickpea pasta with tofu, tomatoes, broccoli, pesto. I was at the table before. Thank you, whoever just hit the like button for the 7th time. I was at the table before, but I started the stream and everyone in the chat was like, can't hear you, white noise, it's lagging. So I'm in my kitchen, we're now chilling in the living room, eating pasta, on the sofa. I'm quite happy, honestly, right now. Great question from Logan, who says, if you don't mind me asking, when did you become vegan? I became vegan in 2010, so over 10 years ago now. Before that, I was vegetarian for about 4.5 years. So I've been vegan over 10 years now, like nearly 11 years. And guys, I know most people watching this aren't vegan, and I'm not about to start pushing anything on you, but all I'm saying, my channel was originally made, and still is really about kind of showing you like the tasty things I enjoy eating, so you can just vibe along and see that there's lots of nice options out there. So there's never from me to do a certain thing. I kind of want to lead by example. Kind of one of the reasons why I make content, because I want to just try and lead by example in my own tiny little way. And part of that is trying to be chill and hang out with you guys. And part of that is eating delicious as well. So thank you for watching. Thank you for joining the chat. And thank you for the question, Logan. And if you ever want to know anything more about what it's like to be vegan, or what people do or don't do, what sort of foods we like, or anything like that, I'll always answer the question. Baby says, oh, my comments came in super late. Haha, looks good. Well, thank you, baby. Yeah, your comments did come in late. You were like, you can't see me. What's happening? Like, where is everyone? And I was like, baby, chill. We got you. I can see you. And that's what I'm talking about. Asan has been supportive and a real one in the comments. Asan says, baby, I subbed. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Like I've said on streams before, I love creating or trying to create a chill little part of the internet where we can all hang out. Like, there's so much BS online, people being nasty, trying to stir up shit. Excuse the language for the younger viewers, don't swear like I just did. But yeah, trying to stir up stuff. I'm just not being cool. So when I see people being sound like, oh, just subscribe to you, or to other people, or just like check out your channel to people in the comments, that's awesome. That's what it's about. Dan says, I'm going on residential tomorrow. Where are you off to, Dan? Anywhere nice? It's guys. You know what, as well, this is pretty much the same thing I had to eat yesterday, but it's delicious. Really enjoying it. Shania says, I'm tired. Well, Shania, if you're tired, it's 8:30, so maybe bedtime. Depends on how early you go to bed. Some people, the guy I work with, he goes to bed at like this time, 8:39, and he gets up at 5 in the morning. Honestly, that's a pretty good way to do it. I would like to get to a point myself where I go to bed at like 9 and get up at 7. Like, no, it'd be cool to be someone who gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm not naturally that type of person. But I'd love to be up at like, I think I just said 7. That's not that early, but I just mean like 6 in the morning would be cool to be one of those people who just naturally wakes up at 6 every day. That'd be cool. But to do that, I'd have to start going to bed like earlier because I need my like 8 hours sleep. I'm not somebody who can go to bed at like 12 and get up at 5 or 6 or whatever. Like I need more sleep than that. So yeah, Shania, if you're tired, go to sleep. And Jacob, thank you for mentioning what I'm eating too. Logan, you are right. It has got tofu in there, pesta. So that was a cross between pasta and pesto. Yeah, this is some pasta with pesto, broccoli, tomato, tofu. Probably doesn't look as good now that I've started mulling it around the bowl, but it's good. Oh, Nirvana being a supportive girly to baby, saying you're so pretty, OMG. Like, come on, this is what I'm talking. This is the energy that I'm talking about, guys. Like, all people from all over the world. We've got people watching from the Middle East. Baby, if you want to share which part of the world you're from, you'd be very welcome to. If you're not comfortable with that, that's cool as well. My point is, we've got people watching from all over, and just through joining the stream, we've got Nirvana being cool, being like, OMG, you're so pretty, and Baby being like, thank you so much. So amazing energy, guys. W Baby, W Nirvana, aka Nyan Cat. So yeah, shout out to yourself, guys. Hunter's low key. The only wheat thing I eat is shredded wheat. It's the only cereal I tolerate. Interesting. I'm trying to think about what wheat cereal I have. I'll eat it. I will eat, like, if I went around someone's house, I'd have some shreddies or something. But personally, porridge guy. Have we got any porridge fans on the stream right now? Maybe some people watching this don't even know what porridge is. It's certainly common in this part of the world. Let me know in the comments, chat, if you chat. Let me know in the chat if you like porridge. Blood Charger says caffeine is a guilty pleasure, totally relatable, but maybe try decaf to have a feel of coffee. Good advice, Blood Charger. Like, that's what I do personally. As I gave up caffeine, but I still like the taste of coffee, so sometimes I will have a decaf. Like, I don't drink decaf every day, but sometimes, because it does give you that association of a coffee, so it does give you some, what's the expression? Psychosomatic, I think that's the expression, kind of feel of something, even though you're not having it. Lindsay6479 says hi. What's up, Lindsay? Nice to see you in the chat. And Esan, thank you very much for having a word with Huntsman and saying sorry for timing you out, because I know you kind of timed Huntsman out in the heat of the moment, and Huntsman was a bit confused. He's like, "What have I done?" And I was like, nothing. I don't think it was just an accident." So, Esan, thank you very much for apologising to Huntsman, and Huntsman, thank you for being cool about it. Respect to you both. Baby says, "You're making me hungry." I'm sorry, baby. To be honest with you, when I watch people eat food, I get hungry as well, so I know what I'm doing. And whoever hit the like button for the 8th time, thank you very much indeed. Jacob says, why did you start streaming? Question, Jacob. And actually, I think honestly, it was just that, like, about a month ago, as you guys might know, I was in South Korea and then Japan for a few days. And when I was at Narita Airport in Japan, I had like 20 minutes or half an hour until my flight. And I just got some food, and I was like, you know what? I've never streamed on YouTube before. The day or two before, I tried to just like do a stream just to test it, and it was like verify your account or whatever. So that's what I did. And then at Narita Airport in Japan, I was like, I've got half an hour now. Let's see if I can do a stream. And I just hit like stream, go live, and started streaming. Like I've never streamed before. And what I like about streaming, guys, is that unlike a video where you make a video and you upload it, and then you've got to see whether people watch it, will people engage with it, will people comment. Like, there's no wait time. Like, I just stream. I'm talking to you. It's 8:30 now. Wherever it's exactly the same time. This is in total sync. Apart from my phone lags, but generally it's in sync. And I just like the fact that you guys are commenting like right here, right now, and just like that, we're connecting. So yeah, so that's why I started streaming, Jacob. But I think I will. I don't know if I'm always going to be able to stream 5 less days of the week, because I've just got stuff on. Like, sometimes if I want to go out or like I've got something to do, I can't always commit to streaming, and I work during the day, so sometimes it's hard. So I think I might have to stream a little bit less potentially. Let's see how the streams go, but I might have to stream a bit less, and then just try and do like a long form video or something each week. But I might do like a chill video, like an eating food video. So even though you guys might not be in the stream with me, you could put the video on and just chill along. Like, whether you're on your lunch break, you could eat some food with me, or just hang out and I'll be talking to the camera. So yeah, more of those videos coming. Cutie said hi. What's up to you, Amber Cutie? Nice to see you in the chat again. Baby says, like the stream. Thank you very much, baby. And yes, if you are watching, guys, I know people watch, and I'm guilty of this. Sometimes I watch, and I don't always hit like, even though I'm enjoying it. I don't always hit subscribe. I'm enjoying the content. I'm guilty of that. Fully guilty of that. So I can't even lie. And it's nothing personal. I don't know why I don't like and subscribe more. It doesn't affect you in any way to like and subscribe. This is a message to myself, by the way. I'm not doing reverse psychology in the chat. I'm literally just saying to myself, well, there's no disadvantage to just in that moment liking and subscribing. But yeah, I don't do it as well. So just saying. What else have we got on here? Sophie Clifton says, "Are you single?" Yes, I am, Sophie. Thank you for asking. I was just telling the chat the other day about a date I went on, well, a few dates I went on, and I was also telling the chat that I'm no longer seeing that. So I'll keep you posted on my love life chat. But thanks for the question, Sophie. XXXXXXRX6785 says, "Eat with health." Eat with health. I've definitely tried to eat healthily, if that's what you're saying. But eat with health, I'm not particularly sure what that means. Ethonian says, "Hello, what's up, Ethonian? Good to have you in the chat again." Ethonian says, "Do you still remember me?" Of course I do. People, a lot of people ask me when they come, "Remember me? Do you remember me?" And 95% of the time, maybe more, well, maybe not more, but like 90% of the time, I do remember people because I always remember the usernames because I try and read as many comments out as possible. And I remember when people comment, I remember people's different usernames. So yeah, Ethonian, I do. Nice to see you in the chat. Logan says, "I love that you don't force your beliefs on people." Thank you, Logan. You know what, right? I do that for two reasons. One, because I don't like people trying to force beliefs onto me. And number two, I would ultimately love people to see where I'm coming from with stuff like vegan. But in order to do that, I know the most effective way to help us see what I think are the benefits. You can't force it down people's throat because it's just going to turn people off. Like nobody wants to be told what to do or that what they're doing is wrong or the wrong, is not nice or the wrong thing. So instead, I try what's called positive reinforcement. So just like kind of like leading by example. Do you know what I mean? Like if you want someone to get excited about what you're excited about, like have fun doing that thing and show people rather than being like, you need to be doing this, otherwise you're an idiot, because that's just not going to work. Imogen Cannon says, "Close your mouth." Fair comment, Imogen. Fair comment. In my defense, Imogen, it is difficult to hold the phone, read the comments, and eat the pasta at the same time. So it's a fair comment about table manners, but I'm doing my best. Ethonian says, "Edward, can I be a moderator now?" How many mods have we got in the chat? We've got 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, I'm so behind with the comments. Nah, be real. Guys, I'm finally up to speed. Guys, that chat delay is crazy. I'm so behind with comments. Slow down, you can't catch up. Yeah, Ethonian, I'm going to have to come back to you on that. Connor Gray says, "You are perfect the way you are." Connor Gray. Isn't that basically like a Bruno Mars lyric from that song? Because you're amazing. That one. Oh my god, it's at least 3 minutes behind the chat. Chat, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, chat. I am sorry. So behind. That's crazy. Chat, if you've just been listening to me talking nonsense, 3 minutes behind reading conversations, reading comments from like 5 minutes ago, I apologize. I'm trying. I'm trying to read the comments as quickly as they come in. Mauricia says, "Looks delicious." Thank you, Mauricia, and I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Oh, it's Harim. What's up, Harim? Nice to see you in the chat, Harim. I believe watching all the way from Korea, South Korea. And what's Harim saying? Yeah, sorry to Moonery and to Harim, who've both experienced lost. So hope you guys are both doing okay. Dan says, I'm going Whitmore Lakes for residential. Do you know? You know what? What I was thinking of. So no, Dan, I don't think I did know Whitmore Lakes, but have a good time. I hope you have a really good time. That sounds like fun. Chris O'Reilly says, "Hey Edward, I just dropped the bid. Oh, drop the vid. Chris O'Reilly, great to see you on the chat. I was just talking about you before. Nothing bad. But I'll go check a new vid, man. That's awesome. Thank you for the shout out in the last video. That was super cool. Much appreciated. Like I was telling the chat before, Chris has now started making videos himself. So if you see Christopher O'Reilly's channel in the comments, go subscribe to him. Go show him love." And yeah, also Chris, I was thinking about this fitness challenge, and I was telling the chat before you came. I was thinking something like the 3-100 challenge. So, excuse me, 100 press ups, 100 squats, and 100 leg raises or crunches or sit ups, some type of ab exercise. And I was saying to the chat that I feel like the press ups would be okay, the squats would be okay, but by the end of the 100th ab move, you'd be really feeling it. Shania, stop in the chat. Going on about poo. Chris says, all right, I'll take that challenge. Chris, you're a real one. Obviously, make sure you warm up properly beforehand. I don't want you pulling a muscle and then hitting me with a lawsuit. I know you wouldn't, but I'm just saying, like, yeah, do warm up beforehand. But that, man, I feel like a good challenge because it's doable. It's not a crazy extreme one. And there's no time limit on it. So even if doing 100 press-ups takes you like an hour or whatever, then there's nothing wrong with that, whatever. I want good form though, Chris. I'd rather it takes you 5 times as long. Good form, like squats, I'm talking to going like 90 degrees, press-ups, getting your chest down, clenched on the arms. But yeah, man, I'll look forward to seeing you giving that a go. Nirvana says, my great-grandpa, who raised me when I lived in Lebanon, died during the winter break, and it was especially hard for me because I was already going through stuff mentally, and then I had to put that on pause for Mom. Wow. Nirvana, that sounds like you've been through a lot. That's really tough. And yeah, have to kind of park your own feelings to try and support family members. That's doubly tough. So yeah, hope you're doing okay, Nirvana. Huntsman says I got to go. Huntsman, no worries at all. Nice to see you in the chat. Thanks for showing up, and we'll see you in another one, mate. Have a good rest of the evening. Chris says W everyone. W everyone and W Chris. Like I was saying before, Chris has started making his own videos, and it's great to see people doing their thing and just like having some fun and getting stuck in. Like I said to you, what's the worst that happens? Nobody watches your videos. That's all that's going to happen. The upside is so much bigger than the downside. So W Chris and W everyone giving it a go. Blood says, I think I'm hopping off now. I got to sleep. It's unhealthy. Yeah, Blood Charger, you get some rest like I always say to you. Sleep is important. I know it's late in your part of the world, but genuinely, really nice to see you on the stream again. So thanks for popping up in the chat, and I hope you have a good night's sleep. Clean from SH. Oh, it took me a minute then. Well, Nirvana, I'm glad you're doing better. I'm glad you're in a better frame of mind, and that you're 8 days on from, some difficult stuff to go through. So that's good. Keep that up, honestly. Keeping, away from that. With it. I know it's hard, and I know sometimes it feels like the way to go, but if you can not do that, it's definitely the best outcome. So good on you, and keep doing your thing. Kenese says, Edward, Kenese. What's up, Kenese? How are you doing? Nice to see you in the chat. Always good to see you pop up. Bladge Hadger says, good night, Edward. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow as a sign of my failed efforts to sleep. Well, Bladge Hadger, whether we see you or not, I hope you have a good night's sleep. And I'm sure at some point our paths will cross again. But look after yourself. Get a good night's sleep. I hope you get some good rest. And I will look forward to seeing you in the chat on another stream. So, see you soon. Chris says, I found it so hard to edit the video today. I know I said everything was raw, just that vid had to be for privacy reasons. Yeah, Chris, can be a bit of a headache. I'm not going to lie. Like, editing can allow you to be awesome and really creative and sort of express yourself through the style of the video and everything like that. It's something I'm not very good at. I find it more challenging, but I think that's one of the reasons why I like streaming, because it's almost like no preparation. It's just you're on camera, you're talking to people, it's in real time. You don't have to think about transitions, editing, finding the footage. That's one of the things, guys. I like making videos, but it's crazy. It sounds like I like the finished product, but sometimes the actual I don't work, because that sounds lazy, but because I enjoy thinking about videos and stuff. But sometimes the assembling of videos can feel like a lot of work. Certainly feels like me. So yeah, I know what you're saying, Chris. Dan says I'm pro editor, not self glazed. Dan, that is a good skid. I cannot speak tonight, guys. Dan, that is a good skill to have, man. If you can edit, that's really. Baby says you're very good at streaming, Edward. It comes off very natural, which I enjoy. Genuinely, I'm not just saying it because you've been nice to me. Thanks so much for sharing that with me. And I feel like this isn't in any way me trying to make big-headed or big myself up. I kind of feel streaming feels all right, you know. I kind of feel like I enjoy it in a sense. It's not like I'm having to force myself to read the comments or to engage. Like, I kind of like it, like this real time effect. So streaming, yeah, I feel so, guys. Just being really real with you. I want to keep growing the audience a bit, and I know to do that I need to keep showing up consistently and just keep doing the regular streams, which I'm gonna do. Don't get me wrong, but I also want to do some stuff on stream where I just like gets people attention, you know, which is why I'm thinking about doing like a city stream where I go to a city and like go around all day and just stream. But you know what it is, guys? I'm going to keep it real with you. A lot of content creators, right? Whether they're video makers, TikTokers, streamers, whichever format you take, a lot of these people not necessarily like the most gifted narrators or presenters, people on camera. They're just consistent and they work really hard. And they're just they work really hard. That's what it comes down to. And sometimes I see some of these streamers and I think, like, I'm not some sort of amazing, super cool guy, but just I kind of sometimes watch whatever and think, like, I could do what you do, and genuinely like entertain people and vibe with people, because that's what it's about, right? I suppose it's entertainment, like, mainly. People watch to be entertained, but hanging out is fun as well, you know, like just hanging out with someone you feel like you can chill with. Maybe that's my niche in the market. Anyway, let's go back to the comments. Shania says, Edward, my sister was sending those messages while I was teeth, so sorry about that. That's okay, Shania. I did think it wasn't maybe you, because you haven't been sending silly comments like that, and all of a sudden it was a lot of poo-related stuff. So, yeah, hopefully your sister won't do that again. Dan says, editing takes me hours. Yeah, it certainly takes me a long time when I do it. Kenny says, I have no luck finding your streams. That's annoying. Yeah. Option chat for you to hit notifications on my profile. Is that a thing? If you're using YouTube on your phone, can you hit the notification bell? I don't know. Or are you just subscribed? If you subscribed, sometimes you'd get like a little notification, wouldn't you? But either way, Kenny's, it's not on the stream with us. Thank you for joining. And yeah, let's have some pasta. Just like Baby said, turn on notifications so you can see whenever he goes live. If you want to do that, that's super cool. Like, that's a good way, honestly. If you want to see the streams when they go live, definitely put notifications on. Huntsman says, "Never mind, I'm back. Only gone for 6 minutes." Huntsman's back in the chat. Took a 6-minute tea break and came back. Oh, Baby's been cool. I'm late to the comments. But Baby says, "You're realistic, definitely, Edward. Give yourself all the credit." Thank you very much, Baby. Genuinely. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Honestly, when people take the time to be chill and send me like a nice message, that's awesome. Because they're not just hitting the like button, which is awesome, don't get me wrong. But when someone actually spends the time to like type a little message out, how cool is that? Like, someone's spending that energy to encourage me, to wish me well. So, be genuinely, thank you very much. Shania says, "I'm going now. See you tomorrow, guys." Shania, take care. Have a very nice evening. Get some sleep. I know you said you were tired, so get some rest. And we'll see you on another stream. And thanks for joining the chat. Baby says, "How much pasta do you have left?" Not very much. I'll show you. That's kind of how much this is how much we're working with right now. So not a lot, but it was quite a lot to begin with. And I am getting full. Nice as it was a lot. Yo, Ramen Rascal's up in the chat. What's up, Ramen Rascal? Always nice to see you. How you doing? And Fire Girl says, "Hi, I'm back. Remember me? I was really kind to you." Yes, I do remember you, Fire Girl. And it's nice to see you back in the chat. Thanks for being in the stream. And like I always say, always cool to see people that have been in the chat before. That's one of the most satisfying things for me. Like, I'm seeing regular people like Huntsman, Nirvana, Dan Edits Pro, Small Man Bros was here before. Ramen Rascal keeps turning up. Man like Chris O'Reilly. But I'm joking. Not actually, but... Oh. Yeah, shout out to Chris O'Reilly as well, who actually even made a video and gave me a shout out. So if you're watching right now and you see Chris O'Reilly, he's got an orange profile picture with a C in it, go check his channel out. Go subscribe to him. Huntsman, yo, Edward, you got any tips to help keep a balanced diet? Sometimes I just say screw it and decide to eat way too many calories for one day, but somehow my metabolism stops me from getting fat. That's a great question. And what I would say to you is, Huntsman, is that sometimes there will be days where you do just go crazy and eat loads or have, too many calories in one day. What I'd say to you is don't beat yourself up about it, but try and remain mindful of the fact that you've had a lot of calories. So don't give yourself permission to overeat every day. That doesn't mean in any sense deprive yourself of food, because when you keep an eye on your diet generally, it means you can basically eat one because you're not going crazy and having these massive binges. But if you are going to have those days where you splurge out, piece of advice I would give is make sure you're eating foods that are kind of a healthier and lower calorie. So things that are less calorically, e.g., you could eat 3 apples and it'd be quite a lot of food to actually digest, but it'd only be like 100 or 200 calories. If you had a piece of chocolate cake that was the size of an apple and you make 3 of them, then you'd have a lot more than calories because there are less calories per size, if that makes sense, per ratio of how big something is. So therefore you can eat more of them. Stuff like salad, right? You could eat a massive bowl of just lettuce leaves and it'd have like no calories in it pretty much. You might not want to do that, but my point is by the time you finished eating a huge bowl of lettuce, you'd probably feel a little bit full up because there's like a larger volume of something. So yeah, my advice would be if you do have days where you go crazy, then try and make sure at least some of the things you're eating loads of are healthier, because it will fill up your stomach a bit more and stop you eating so many calories that come from bad food. A piece of advice in order to like not have those crazy binges full stop is sure you're eating enough. Like generally make sure you're eating enough. Don't be afraid to snack on things like fruit. If you're not into fruit, get into fruit, because fruit takes many forms, like fresh fruit, frozen fruit, dried fruit, yeah, I eat fruit, and it doesn't mean you need to eat the same things all the time, but just fruit is a really good snack on. So fruit and rice cakes. If you're trying to keep your calories down but want to eat a lot of things or eat a lot of stuff, rice cakes is another great one. Chris says, "Yo, Edward, I'm gonna go make some video ideas, and I'll do that challenge. I'll upload tomorrow, and don't forget to subscribe to me and Edward. This guy inspired me to start uploading." Big respect, Chris. And yeah, definitely you can subscribe to Chris. Like I said, give his channel a little watch. This is what it's about. Small creators, small channels supporting small channels. And thank you for the shout out, Chris, and the fact giving you motivation to start making your own videos is awesome. And like I was saying to the chat before, that makes it rewarding for me. Like even right, guys, I've got about 225 subs, something like that. Even if I never got bigger than a couple hundred subs, and this audience never grew, but beyond this kind of community we've got at the moment, but people are telling me, Edward, you inspired me to make a video, or Edward, you encouraged me to do this, then how cool is that? Because I'm just like a tiny little guy. But if I'm encouraging you to do stuff, then that's rewarding for me. So thank you for telling me. Well done. Baby says, the more hard you are on yourself, the worse it can get. Just try and want to treat yourself better and take care of yourself and see if that maybe it could help. I think that's to me. And if that is to me, baby, then it's good advice. Good advice to whoever it is. And you are true. The harder you are on yourself, the more you spiral into those feelings of, self-loathing or not loving yourself or feeling bad, feeling negative. You feel, yeah, you can just feel terrible about yourself and about life in general. So it's good advice, baby. Just, keep showing yourself love. That's one of the hardest things to do in life that many people struggle with. Being kind to themselves and showing love to themselves is really difficult to do sometimes. So it's great advice. Going back to the food or the crazy splurge eating, Huntsman says, "Oh, okay, thanks. Because I just had way too much McDonald's once and I felt awful for like 2 days. Even when I eat foods that are lower calories and healthy, I do eat, but sometimes I do go too far with it, lol." Yeah, that in that instance, Huntsman, it's probably a twofold thing. One, you had too much food, but also you had too much of like processed, very healthy food. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, what are you doing? Like, because we all sometimes eat too much of the wrong thing. But definitely, my best piece of advice I would give you around food, guys, or one of the best pieces of advice I can give you around food, is to learn to like healthy foods. If you don't enjoy if you don't enjoy eating healthy things already, if you're like, oh, I'm not into fruit, or I don't really like vegetables, genuinely teach yourself to like eating healthily, because it's what you need. It's what your body genuinely needs. So what if your favorite food is, like cheeseburgers and Lucky Charms cereal? If you're like, oh, that's what I like, it's what I like. Yeah, okay, but like scientifically, your body needs nourishment. It needs good nutrition. So I'm not even just talking to you, Huntsman. I'm not saying this is you, but just generally, if you can learn to like healthy foods, it's going to do yourself such a massive favor, because you can be satisfied from something which other people might find quite plain. Like sometimes I'll literally eat like plain tofu with like plain rice and plain vegetables, and maybe like a sauce or something on the side. And that's good, not because I've got like an underdeveloped palate or I don't enjoy, you know, complex flavoursome food. But if you just learn to enjoy like simple things, you can be easily pleased, and you can still enjoy like really elaborate foods or whatever, or just elaborate in general. So that's a bit of a rambling answer, but hopefully that made sense, Huntsman. Ramen Rascal says, okay, Kate, okay, Kate, you can call me Groggy. Well, hopefully I can also call you Groggy Ramen Rascal. Maybe it's just Nirvana that gets to call you that, but if you're cool with that, I will also call you Groggy. Although Ramen Rascal is a great name to call you as well. Groggy says, I must sadly go though, because I'm going to my friend's little brother B-Day. He's turning 7, so please wish him happy birthday. Bye. Edward, make sure you get 30 likes. Oh, appreciate that, Groggy. Well, firstly, happy birthday to your friend's little brother who's turning 7. Many happy returns to him. Groggy, aka Ramen Rascal, thank you for the well wishes. Thank you for the vibes. It's nice to see you in the chat again. I want to see you another time. Huntsman says, I love fruit. I love bananas. a berry, and a fruit, actually. I eat apples, oranges, lemon, grapes, melon, honeydew melon, and some high-protein foods. That's awesome, Huntsman. Well done on eating so much fruit. That's great to hear that you like all those things. As I say, guys, this is never a case of me being like, you're not eating healthy, you don't like fruit, what are you doing? Like, never any judgment or nothing like that. It's always chill, but just this is just kind of my perspective, and hopefully it might help you think about stuff, if not even do anything right now, but just give you food for thought. Noted. Baby says, I gotta go, but Edward and everyone else have an amazing day and always be kind to yourself no matter what. Baby, love that energy. Thank you so much for joining the chat and for bringing the positive vibe, being kind, being awesome. You've made this stream that much better, so thank you, baby, and it's good advice from you. Take care, and we'll see you on another stream. Nirvana says, to be honest, my eating disorder makes it really hard for me to eat well. Nirvana, I can understand how that would be genuinely quite tense for you in terms of a relationship with food. So it's obviously a personal thing and a personal journey that you're on. But hopefully, when you feel at points when you do stronger, if you can show yourself that love and give yourself what you need, nutritionally, when you feel able to, that's cool. But obviously, you can only do what you can do. Oh my god, I'm so bad with the comments. Thank you for bearing with, chat. What was this? What was any question? Hang on. Something about skinny. I know, but I have an itching feeling that I'm not skinny. My parents don't seem to care, and I trust you, but the reminder. Wait, can one of you all tell me what Edward says to me when he responds to my "Am I skinny?" question? I don't know how to judge that because I actually can't see anyone's profile picture or not. So yeah, I don't have that one, but don't stress. Anyway. What's up, Ozgy? Chris says, bye guys, for real. Enjoy your day, Edward, and everyone in the chat. May God bless you all. Blessings be with you as well, Christopher. Always good to see you here, man. And thank you for doing a good job of moderation. A shout out in the video. And thank you as well to whoever just hit the like button for the 14th time. You're a real one. And the Alfred's theme says, hi, what's up? What's up, the Alfred's theme? Nice to see you in the chat. I think this might be your first time here, unless you're on a different account. I don't recognise your username. So what's up to you? Thanks for joining the stream. And thank you to whoever just hit the like button for the 15th time. Damn, the chat's getting realer and realer. Ozgy says, doing good, what's up? I'm also doing well, thank you. I'm just finishing the last of some pasta, which doesn't look impressive at all. It was like a big, hefty bowl of chickpea pasta with tofu, broccoli, and tomato, and vegan pesto, which I've nearly finished. I've actually been on stream for 55 minutes. I sat down with this bowl of pasta the minute I started streaming. And actually, before, this is the third stream. I had to end 2 streams, lasted like 30 seconds because the signal just wasn't working, and everyone was like, you're lagging in the chat. So I've been on stream technically over 56 minutes now, and I'm just finishing this bowl of pasta. And like I said earlier on the stream, if I wasn't streaming, it'd be gone in like 5 or 10 minutes. So it's taking a long time. But anyway, Oski, how are you doing? How is your day going? Huntsman says, YouTube removed my message. Bruh. I love stream though. I like to stream fine. Love chill streams. I'm pretty sure I was the 15th like. I don't know though. Huntsman, very much. If that was you, I appreciate that. That's super cool. And I don't know why YouTube removed your comment. Sometimes YouTube can be weird with stuff. But either way, thank you for taking the time to let me know. It's much appreciated. And like I say, I always like seeing when people come back and hang out in the chat because it makes it so much more interesting for me. Ozgy says, I was watching a film here. Okay. Film on YouTube. Was it good? Yeah. Very minimal pasta left, Osgi. It's literally just like a bowl. It's just not very impressive. I wish I had something more visually impressive to show you. I do have some chocolate brownies that my mum made. So in a minute, I might get one of those out. Huntsman says, but yeah, I heard whole grain shredded wheat was pretty healthy. Brekkie. I'm gonna have shredded wheat with banana and a cup of tea. Does that sound healthy to you? That sounds pretty solid. Like as you say, whole grain wheat, not a bad thing. Pretty sure shredded wheat, they're pretty unprocessed. Like they're technically processed because they like the wheat has been processed, but not like super processed. Banana, great idea to have the banana with your breakfast. Obviously rich in potassium, microvitamins, minerals, and yeah, just a good source of like healthy sugars as well. Like it's just a nice. I all the time. I had banana with my breakfast this morning. The one way you could make that breakfast even healthier is if on top of the banana you also add like a few berries. Now, things like blueberries, they're not that cheap, but you can always get frozen berries if cost is a factor. And a big bag of frozen berries from the supermarket is not expensive. So what you could do is you could leave some frozen berries in a cup in your fridge overnight, so that when you come to have your breakfast in the morning, you've just got like your cold berries. Put those on top of your shredded wheat with the banana, and all of a sudden you've got the same breakfast that you had before, but now it's just even more healthy just from like 6 or 7 berries that you put on top of it, and all the extra antioxidants, all of the good stuff that you're getting from berries. So yeah, that's one way to make your breakfast even healthier. Rimsha Ali sends a waving emoji and says, "Are you from UK?" Yes, I am. I'm from England. What's up to you, Rimsha? Huntsman says, also, isn't bananas a part of the brat diet? I actually don't know what the brat diet is. Keeping it real with you, I've never heard of that. And one thing, Huntsman as well, who says, "Okay, thanks for the advice. I don't have berries yet. They're really expensive in my area." Well, one thing I would say, Huntsman, is another thing to look into is dried fruit, because dried fruit is less expensive, and you can get dried berries. You can get like dried goji berries. Now they're not that cheap, but here's what I'm saying, right? Obviously, I don't know what your situation is, how much money you've got, but most people in the world are able to feed themselves and buy food for themselves. And one of the reasons, right, I'm not going off on it now, but one of the reasons why a vegan diet is I found really beneficial beyond like the health benefits and yada yada, the ethical side. I spend less on food now because I'm not spending money on things like meat, which costs more money, like cheese, which costs quite a bit. Um, milk. I mean, I drink lots of soy milk, but it's still cheaper than dairy milk. My point being is, if you don't eat meat or fish, it's cheaper. It's literally cheaper, which is why people in countries in Africa, in Asia, loads of places in Asia, they eat a largely plant-based diet, not for ethical reasons, but because things like lentils, chickpeas, beans, they're cheaper. So going back to your point about the berries, I would say if you can find a way to almost see it as like a treat to yourself, to buy like a berries when you're able to, if you can afford it, and just have a couple, just a little couple at a time. Even save up for the bag, save up for the bag of berries, because again, if you think, well, what am I spending my money on? It's not like you're spending it on trash. You're not spending it on something that's pointless. You're spending it on something that contains precious nutrients that your body needs. So it's worth saving up for. Oscar says, where do you live in UK? I live in the north of England. My nearest big city is probably somewhere like Manchester. So yeah, north of England, sunny England. How about you, Oscar? Do you live in Turkey? I know you said your name was Turkish. Do you live in Turkey, or do you live somewhere else? If you feel comfortable sharing, I'd love to hear. If you don't, that's cool as well. Raphael says, hi, I'm back. What's for dinner today? And Eddie. Uh, what I just had for tea, Raphael, was some chickpea pasta with tofu, broccoli, fresh tomato, and some vegan pesto as well. And it was very nice. I've just spent the last hour, literally finished it like 2 or 3 minutes ago. Took me ages to eat on stream, but it was very tasty. Rimshaw says, "Yeah, I love British accent. I'm vegetarian." That's what's up, Rimshaw. Very good to hear. Just need to propagandize you with some vegan stuff, and we'll be all good. I'm just kidding. It's nice to have you on in the chat though. And how about you, Rimshaw? Are you from UK as well? Kamal says, "I'm eating crisps." I love Kamal. I think that's your first comment of the evening. It's like, I'm eating crisps. But to be fair, I was eating crisps last night. And guys, don't get too heavily into crisps. Forget your drugs, forget your alcohol. Crisps, they're an addiction that will get a hold of you. I mean, I'm not deep in addiction anymore, but I used to crisps every day, and a lot of people, at least in my country, eat crisps every day. Like, there's about 60, 70 million people in the UK, and I kid you not, I guarantee that of that, at least 10 or 20 million people every day in the UK eat a bag of crisps every day. Like, that's not an exaggeration. I reckon there's like 10 million people that eat crisps every day. I'm not even being like, oh, I'm so good, I don't eat crisps every day. I just mean that, like, a lot of people like eating crisps because they're so tasty. Huntsman says, "Yeah, I can feed myself with what I currently have. Going shopping soon. Bananas, tea, shredded wheat, and maybe some protein. I could add like lean pork could work. I wake up at 6 a.m. Also, tea that has stuff that's really good for heart health, circulation, digestion, provides antioxidants. But I do add sugar to maybe it tastes too bitter without sugar for me. Got you. In terms of your protein, personally, I wouldn't recommend pork because pigs are animals and we don't want to hurt those. But also, if keeping the cost down is a factor for you, I would really recommend something like tofu because it's really easy to cook. You can flavor it with whatever you want, and it's cheap. The amount of protein you'll get per grams per however the unit of money you're in. For me, it's pounds. British Huntsman, I assume you're in the UK as well. So yeah, if you want to get something that's kind of like on the cheaper side, honestly, chickpeas, beans, tofu. The tofu is probably the easiest out of all of those to cook, apart from like a can of chickpeas or something. And I was going to say is, yes, I do live in Turkey. Very cool. I've actually never been to Turkey. I've got like a couple of friends who live in like Istanbul and other places, so I definitely want to visit Turkey at some point. Ozgi, if I was to visit Turkey, where would you recommend that I visit? Where would be a good place to stream in Turkey? Because I'm going to keep it real with you. Turkey's really interesting, and I've heard lots of good things about Turkey, and I know met some really cool people from Turkey. But I've also heard some stuff about Turkey as well, how it's not always that safe. So, where should I go? Rafa says, also, by the way, if you prefer, you can be Rafa. If you prefer, thank you very much, Rafa. I will call you Rafa if you prefer that. And Rimsha says, I'm South Asian. I'm from Pakistan. Well, it's nice to connect with you, Rimsha. And that's very cool to know. Like I've said on the chat before, I love hearing where people are from. It makes it really interesting for me to hear about where people are dialing in from all in the world. So, Rimsha, thank you for sharing that. If you're watching chat, I would love to know where you're from. If you share that, that's cool. But my name's Edward, and I'm in the north of England. And the British Huntsman is saying, for dinner tonight, I had pasta with tomato and garlic sauce with some lean pork and then regular pork. But yeah, I'm in England. Also, I hope you don't. Oh, I don't offend anyone for eating pork. If I do, sorry. Well, if you're concerned, Huntsman, like I say, it's not my place to say it's your diet, but I would definitely recommend just incorporating some plant-based protein into your diet. A, for cost, and B, just to see how you feel, see how you do with it. Because unlike something like meat, which is high protein, putting the ethics to one side, it is high protein. But I'd really recommend plant-based protein and plant-based protein sources and food sources in general because you'll be surprised at how far your money goes and how much food you can eat. Ozzy says, Istanbul or Nevzahir, aka Cappadocia. Thank you for the recommendation. That's very helpful. Istanbul, if I visit Turkey, would definitely be somewhere I want to go. But yeah, recommendations like that are always helpful. And Ozzy says, I also want to come to UK soon, hopefully. Very good. Well, we will welcome you to the UK if you make it over here. Fingers crossed you can do the journey. I think for people from Turkey, you have to have a visa, right? Because I'm pretty sure I was looking it up for my either for my friend or because I was going to Turkey or something. I'm pretty sure you need like a visa to visit. Kakarani says, Edward, remember me from before the Roblox stream? Kakarani, I sure do. Thank you very much for joining. Always nice to see your faces up in the chat. And Huntsman says, okay, thanks for the advice. By the way, about a month ago, I had a meal with 3 pieces of chicken, carrot, mushroom, pumpkin peas, chickpeas, pepper, lettuce, spinach, rice, and some bits of tomato. Well remembered from all the stuff you had from your meal. Because that's a lot of ingredients to remember from a month ago, so good job. But that sounds like it's a lot of lovely vegetables in there. Sounds, yeah, some great tasting stuff in there. Kakarani says, I have to go to sleep now. Bye. Kakarani, peace out to you. Nice to have you on the chat. And speaking of chat, we've only got about 3 minutes of stream, guys. At the moment, I can only really stream for about 70 minutes on an evening. So we're going to end this stream soon. But as always, it's been lovely to have you on the chat with me. And I've got about 3 minutes left on the stream. So if there's any comments you want to put down there, please do. If you want to hit like on this stream, I would really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed already, it costs me, so just saying, could be worth your time. And also, if you want to come and hang out again, it just makes it easy for you if you hit subscribe. So I think my live will come up with. But yeah, that's all I've got to say on that. Rimshah says, "Do you hate me?" Worried eyes. Friend hug. Rimshah, if you're talking to me, I absolutely don't hate you. Like I say, it's always nice to have different people in the chat, but maybe you were talking to someone else. And Huntsman says, yeah, it was lovely and it was really cheap actually. So it was a homemade meal then. Got you. By the way, guys, I've said it before, but I'm going to say it again while we're in this last 2-3 minutes of the chat. W to everyone who's watching, because me streaming, it doesn't make sense unless people are watching. So if you're watching right now and hanging out, vibing in the chat, leaving comments, liking the stream, big up to yourselves. I really appreciate it. Alyan says, I'm back. What's up, Alyan? Good to see you back in the chat. And Ava says, hi, love the glasses. Well, thank you very much, Ava. I appreciate saying so. That's what I'm talking about, a bit of positive energy. Lovely to hear that. Thank you, Ava. And Alyan says, 2 minutes. Yes, Alyan, unfortunately, at the moment, we can stretch it to another 2 minutes as you've got here. So let's do a 2 minutes on top of the original 2 minutes. Yeah, just at the moment, as I say, I'm just not having that much time to stream because I go out during the day from my day job, then I come home, do a bit of exercise, make some food, jump on stream at 8 p.m. UK time, and before I know it, it's nearly bedtime, and I need to just chill a little bit, sleep. But thank you for joining the chat once more, Alyan. Always good to you. Huntsman says, okay, Edward, have a nice evening. Are you going to stream 8 p.m. tomorrow? I turn on notifications. By the way, love the stream, my guy. Also, guys, please like the stream. Choice, also W. Edward. Anyway, bye, guys. Hope you have a blessed day. British Huntsman, huge W to you. Thank you for the positive energy and for the kind words. I will be streaming tomorrow at 8 p.m. Like I said to the chat before, I don't know if I can keep streaming every single day, but for now, we're streaming, we're vibing, 8 p.m. UK time, and that's when we'll be back tomorrow. So, Huntsman, big love to you, and thank you very much for the positive energy. W Huntsman, W Alyan, Ava, W Rimshah, W Kakarani, I think I might have gone, W Ozzy. Who else? Who was in here? We've had so many people in here tonight. W all of the W Rafa, W Nirvana, who was on here before, W Chris O'Reilly, who's been a real one. Literally W everyone that keeps showing up to these streams. I appreciate you all. Alyan says, did Dan come today? Yes, he did, Alyan. He was here. He was on the stream commenting about 10 minutes ago, maybe 15 minutes ago. But yeah, main man Dan was here. Not seen Hussein. I think Hussein was here briefly, wasn't he? So I think Hussein might be in Dubai. So hopefully he's doing well over there. But yeah, we've had some OGs in the chat. I can't lie to you. There's been some great people in the chat tonight. And it's good to see you back, Alyan. Always appreciate the enthusiasm. Dropping comments in the chat. Bringing the energy. So W Alyan. And you know what, guys? We're on 71 minutes 36. I reckon we'll do another 30 seconds and then we're going to up. And then we will be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Alyan says, I think I have to go now. I need to sleep now. Trying to fix my sleep routine. Well, Alyan, that is perfect timing because I'm ending the stream in about 20 seconds. So W Alyan, nice to see you here. Thanks so much for joining. W to anyone who's watching. I don't know if anyone is watching. It's telling me that no people are watching. So if you're watching, I need you to let me know in the comments right now if you're watching. Because if not, there's one person watching. If you're watching, let me know in the comments. It's going to be the last comments of the stream, 2 stream. So if you're out there, chat, let me know who you are because we're about to end the stream in just a second's time. But we will be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. Alyan is still here because Alyan's a real one. And Alyan, me and you, just me and you, and the other person that's watching, we're going to close the stream down together. See you later, Alyan. Peace out to you. Thank you for joining. To the one person who's watching, you're a real one. We're ending the stream there. Thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow, 8 p.m. UK time. If you've just joined the stream, like I was saying, 8 p.m. UK time tomorrow, we'll be streaming again. Big love to you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out for now.